It was one of the best Monday Night Raws in months, with HBK, Flair, Hogan, Cena, Nash, Hall, Sting, and of course the Beast Brock Lesnar. Has he turned babyface for good? What does this all mean rolling into the Royal Rumble this Sunday? I'll break it down right after this.
Podcasting from the capital city of the great state of New York. This is the Matt's Madness Show, a weekly podcast about the world of professional wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
Technology, and damn near anything else that comes to mind. And now, here's your host, Matt Corsell.
Okay, guys, welcome to Matt's Madness. I don't want to waste any time today after one of the best Raws I've seen in months, and I would think many of you would agree that this was a Monday Night Raw that was more than just a bounce-back Raw. It wasn't even the same product, Monday Night Raw, compared to the last couple of weeks, and especially after that Christmas edition show and so forth. It was a breath of fresh air. I understand that these are legends and that they don't come on the show very often, so you got to take what you can get and enjoy when you have them there. But it was great. It was a very retro Monday Night Raw, a very nostalgic feel to it. And before I get into it, quick contact info. Twitter, Matts_Madness. Questions at mattsmadness.com. You can email me. Comment forms are always on every post I do. I'm also on Stitcher, iTunes under Matt's Madness, of course, mattsmadness.com if you didn't reach me there. I'm also on YouTube under Matt's Madness, so, hey, I'm everywhere. We're growing fast. Check me out. Wow, okay, so this was a Monday Night Raw that did more than I expected. I knew it was going to be a Legends reunion night or whatever they wanted to call it, and I knew that it was going to kind of focus around the Royal Rumble, and it did, obviously. But it overachieved to me in many, many areas, and it opened with Brock Lesnar. A babyface reaction for the most part. Paul Heyman begins his usual intro speech. Lesnar grabs the mic, and he says he's ready to fight. He calls out Seth Rollins. Triple H then comes out, and he says he understands why he's upset since Seth Rollins embarrassed him last week. He tries to smooth things over, saying Lesnar suplex Rollins first, so he would have done the same thing. Lesnar asks Triple H if he's here to fix this or to fight. So just with that little intro, it was different. Lesnar actually grabbed the mic for once. He actually took command of the microphone. Granted, he's nowhere near Paul Heyman in terms of skill, but it's always interesting, and everybody pays attention when Brock Lesnar is on the mic because he's very, very few and far between. A man of few words. He does his talking in the ring. So Stephanie comes out with Kane and Big Show. She tries to cool down the situation between the tension with Triple H and Lesnar. It's really positioning Brock as the babyface here. I don't know if this whole reaction, I'm sure they expected it, but I don't know if it's just a test, a tease, or just I don't know, part of the whole script that they're doing, and they know what they're doing. I don't quite know. But it's interesting. The crowd, especially the male audience, is behind Lesnar 100% on this. And like I said last week, there's no real reason to hate Brock Lesnar. Give me a good reason. This guy's an ass-kicking machine. Doesn't cheat, doesn't steal, just comes in, whoops ass, and leaves. So the crowd is ready for him to explode. They want to see it. But then Rollins comes up on the screen saying Brock is always 2 steps behind. Heyman then says that this is between the adults and that the authorities should put a leash on their puppy before Brock fixes the situation by himself. The crowd even pops for Paul Heyman. Very interesting. Cena then comes out saying that everything the authority does just fires him up. Calls Steph and Triple H ash holes. That's right, A-S-H holes. Another crappy attempt at humor by Cena. Steph then says Cena isn't the man he used to be. He lied to everybody when he brought back the authority. He went back on his word. Cena says he would do anything to get Ziggler, Ryback, Rowan back their jobs. Triple H says okay. That he will have a match tonight against, didn't mention who. And if he wins, they're rehired. If he loses, he's out of the triple threat match of the Royal Rumble. And the WWE Universe, through the app, will decide if he gets that opportunity, and we will see what the WWE Universe truly thinks about John Cena. I don't know if this is kind of seedings of a heel turn for John Cena, but it's kind of pitting Cena against the WWE fans. It's maybe a little bit of a seed planted for starting to create that division between Cena and the fans. Maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much, but just a quick possible scenario. So that segment ends. We go on to Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. Maybe I missed it. Somebody correct me, but why are these two fighting? I didn't get the story. They're great wrestlers and entertaining, but I don't see the story of why these two should be fighting. Nevertheless, they fight for a couple of minutes. There's a high spot with Daniel Bryan jumping onto Bray Wyatt. And Booker says that Booker T says that he likes Daniel Bryan as a high flyer, but that's why he doesn't like him at the same time. Booker, you want to care to explain? I'm not quite understanding the whole logic there. I'd like to know, what are you thinking? I mean, I could understand maybe you like him as a high flyer. It's high risk, but you don't like it because it's also high risk. I don't know. I guess that's it. King comes out about 2 minutes into the match, and he sits at ringside. So clearly this is just a way to set up Daniel Bryan again versus Kane. Booker seems to be concerned for Daniel Bryan's health. It's a good way to get the crowd behind him, support him, that he's fighting through a possible injury. Is he really 100%? And really, it's a legitimate concern. I was actually thinking the same thing. Is this guy really 100%? Obviously, I would think he is if the doctors cleared him. Bray Wyatt begins focusing on the neck of Daniel Bryan. It's a great heel move. It makes sense. It's good ring psychology. Bray Wyatt should be focusing on the neck. That is the injury that caused him to leave in the first place. So Bryan attempts a comeback, and Wyatt hits him with a massive clothesline. It flips Bryan inside out. Looked brutal. Bray Wyatt throws him into the corner. Bray Wyatt puts him up on the ropes, but Daniel Bryan Hurricane Ranas him off the top. Kane then interferes, costs Daniel Bryan the match with Wyatt. Finally, there's not a DQ in a match. It keeps Wyatt strong for possibly The Undertaker, which continues to roll around the dirt sheets. I understand their rumors. I understand that everything you read on the internet isn't true. Really? I didn't know that. But they're trying to keep Bray Wyatt strong for somebody big at WrestleMania. That's clear. But it also continues to build a feud with Kane. Kane then chokeslams Daniel Bryan after the match, continuing to punch him viciously. Those punches actually look pretty good by Kane. I'm going to give him credit. Then we have a backstage segment with Triple H, Nash, Hall, and HBK. Very nostalgic. They're all telling Triple H to lose the suit. They all make fun of him. HBK comments to bring all of Cena's friends back so he can just give them a hard time while they're here. Triple H makes fun of HBK's Remington shirt. It says he doesn't come here to work, doesn't come to where he works, and tells him how to kill defenseless animals. Kind of a shot at what Michaels does in his free time. Mizdow comes in as X-Pac and starts mimicking X-Pac and his stunt double. Miz says, he's my stunt double. There's only one for me, and takes him away. The Legends panel with HBK, Flair, and Hogan is now advertised next. That's what we get. Legends panel with Brian Saxton. Consists of HBK, Hogan, and Flair. Brian Saxton then begins interviewing them, basically asking them, what the Royal Rumble means to them, since they're all winners, and then asks them what their predictions are. Interestingly, HBK chooses Bray Wyatt. Again, they're really pushing for Wyatt for something big at WrestleMania. Very big. All signs do point to The Undertaker if he's going to return. Very similar characters. I think they'd match well, and it gives Bray Wyatt a very good rub against an opponent that is legendary, so makes sense for the future. Hogan says he predicts Daniel Bryan to win to a huge pop. And then Flair says Dean Ambrose. LOL is all I have to say to that one. Interestingly, there is no mention of Roman Reigns. It's very interesting to me because I don't know if it's just maybe the WWE creative is trying to blindside us by making us forget that Roman Reigns could win the Royal Rumble. I don't know. But you would think Roman Reigns would be in that discussion. Instead of Flair saying Dean Ambrose, he could have said Roman Reigns. Very interesting. I don't know if he's been knocked down a peg. since they it's pretty obvious that Roman Reigns hasn't connected with the audience for a whole list of reasons that I mentioned last week. Go check out the podcast last week. Big Show interrupts. He yells at the crowd for the "You Sold Out" chant, saying he did what he had to do for his family. He pissed excuse me. He's pissed that none of the panel members chose him to win the Rumble. He says they're jealous, reminding Hogan that he beat him for the first in his first night of work at WCW for his belt. Calls them washed-up has-beens and says he's the one who's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's another LOL moment. Flair then starts trying to chop Big Show, gives him a couple of punches, and then he bounces off the ropes and gets KO'd by Big Show. Big Show then blames the crowd for what happened. Roman Reigns comes out, doesn't say anything, which I think is his best promo he's done in a month. And then he clotheslines the Big Show over the top. Show retreats. So maybe this is just Big Show versus Roman Reigns from here to the Royal Rumble through Fastlane, and then who knows for WrestleMania. Maybe they're taking it slow with Roman Reigns. My opinion is yes, you should. Roman Reigns is nowhere near ready to be that top it guy, for sure. You do it, it'll be a flash in the pan, and the WWE fans will regurgitate that in a heartbeat. So, the interview with Cena backstage with Renee Young, the results are revealed. 85% of him wanted to fight. Renee asks him if he takes it as the WWE Universe turning their back on him. Cena says he's been loved and hated throughout his entire career, but it's moments like this that make a champion. Oh, such a stand-up guy, it makes me sick. I don't know, but it's interesting. That's the second time that we've seen the seeds of Cena versus the WWE Universe in terms of maybe a heel turn. Just saying. Then we have the NWO come out. Never thought I'd say that again. They talk about the past, how the NWO was responsible for everything in WWE, like Stone Cold, and so forth. And to an extent, they're right, but they aren't directly responsible. I get what they're saying, though. The Ascension then interrupts and says that all they see are three old dogs begging to be put out of their misery, and says it's their time. Then JBL stands up and provides the best thing he's done on commentary since he's been doing commentary. He comes out and says that they have the audacity to come out here and disrespect the team that changed the business. Then stands at the ramp and says he made a phone call, rips off his shirt to the APA logo, to a huge pop to Ron Simmons, Farouk, whatever you want to call him, coming out. I thought that was a great moment, very unexpected. Then you have Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws come out, and then they all pile on the Ascension, and JBL gives them the clothesline from hell. I thought it was a great segment, a great rub for the Ascension. And then we get the announcement later that the New Age Outlaws are facing the Ascension at the Royal Rumble. Clearly, it's just to put over the Ascension. There's no question about that. And then we get Cena versus Rollins and Kane and Big Show. Obviously, we knew it was going to be a handicap match of some sort, and we got that. And going into this match, I knew there is no other option. This was a 200% chance to me that Cena would win this match. Him not winning would put him in no man's land for the Royal Rumble. And I guess some people would find that creatively interesting, but I mean, you want your top guy to be billed somewhere in the card, and to him just to lose the match out of the triple threat. Where are you going? There's nowhere to go. It would have made zero sense from a storyline perspective. So Cena was dominated for most of this match as expected. The announcers were giving him no chance to win. Rollins is again being a great heel, sliding out of the ring when it gets, quote, too hot in the kitchen, tagging out when he gets hit. Just great. The body language on Seth Rollins is awesome. He went for the AA on Rollins. J&J pulls Rollins off to save him. A close false finish with the super kick. He finally gets the AA on Rollins. Kane pulls him off Rollins, and then Big Show spears Cena on the outside. A choke slam on Cena. Cena kicks out. Booker calls Cena's effort a performance. God, please stop. Please stop. This isn't a performance. Don't remind me it's a movie. Booker, stop. I'm sure you were fed that line, and you were drilled into your mind that this is a performance. It's not a performance. I know it is, in essence. Don't remind me of it. And then just as Cena looks like he's doomed, Sting comes out. Cena rolls up Rollins on the distraction. 1, 2, 3, Cena wins. Triple H starts flipping out, yelling on the mic, saying this isn't happening, yelling for Sting, you don't belong here. Brock then comes out, tackles Rollins, F5's Kane, F5's Big Show, and we have Rollins retreat. Perfect heel move, because you want to see Rollins just get destroyed. I'm emotionally invested in Seth Rollins in terms of I really want to see this guy get his ass kicked. And that's what I'm looking for. Awesome job by Seth Rollins. This positions Brock as a babyface, for sure. As you heard in the very open of this show, with the audio of the end of Monday Night Raw, the crowd's popping like crazy for Brock Lesnar. I don't know, again, if this is a temporary babyface turn, if it's kind of a test, a tease, don't know. But I like it. I like Lesnar as a babyface. This guy could sell millions of t-shirts, even with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman can make you love or hate him no matter what role he's in. So, very cool to see Brock come in and just whoop ass. And that's what babyfaces do. So heels don't do that. They don't come in and just clear the ring. They sneak, they cheat, they do anything they can to get an unfair advantage. I don't see Brock doing that. So it was an awesome end to Raw. One of the best Raws in months. I don't know what you guys think about it. For all I've heard, it was an absolute flip flop from the previous weeks. And an awesome job. I gotta say, I gotta hand it to WWE for really pulling out all the stops. They went all out in terms of getting us interested in the Royal Rumble, and the actual Royal Rumble match itself, which finally got a little bit of attention and notoriety and luster, which it needed badly. And obviously the triple threat is as unpredictable as it can be, but I do have my theories, some of which may be tweaked now after watching Monday Night Raw. So I'll give you my predictions right after this quick break.
And now, back to the Matt's Madness Show.
Alrighty, Royal Rumble predictions. My official last predictions for the Royal Rumble. Okay, the match that was added between the Road Dogg Billy Gunn, basically the New Age Outlaws versus the Ascension. Fully expect the Ascension to go over. These guys got the huge rub by from some of the biggest factions on Raw Monday. They wouldn't waste it by just burying them from the New Age Outlaws, who are yesterday's news. Granted, they're a legendary tag team. They are, and rightfully so, but it's the Ascension's time to move forward. It's the Ascension's time to move further, and they do that by beating the New Age Outlaws. By hook or crook, they're going to beat the New Age Outlaws. I expect a decent match. I really do, because the New Age Outlaws, they can still go, but the future is what WWE is investing in. The Ascension goes over. The Royal Rumble match itself, I waffled on this. I came to a solid conclusion last week. I'm still sticking with my conclusion of Daniel Bryan winning. I can see it coming down to Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and maybe Big Show at the end. To which Roman Reigns and the Big Show will eliminate each other or one or the other, so that continues that feud. I could see Roman Reigns clotheslining the Big Show over the top, Big Show getting pissed, coming back in the ring, eliminating Reigns, continuing that feud to Fastlane. That's a possibility. And maybe the last two are the Big Show and Daniel Bryan. Kind of a foreshadowing of what may come for WrestleMania for Daniel Bryan. I expect Daniel Bryan to eliminate the Big Show at the very end. I'm getting pretty specific here of exactly who's going to be the final four and the elimination of how those are going to happen. Hey, If I do this and I don't put any money on it and I'm right, I'm going to be a pretty frustrated person here. But nonetheless, I say Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, and then the main event, which I believe will go on last, is obviously Brock Lesnar versus John Cena versus Seth Rollins. I definitely think it's not going to be John Cena. John Cena's out of the equation. I think he's going to work with Rusev at WrestleMania. I could see Rusev interfering in the match, costing Cena the match for sure. So Cena isn't meant to be champion at WrestleMania. He's out. It comes down between Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has that Money in the Bank briefcase. So that's always a possibility hanging over the head of us and hanging over the head of Brock Lesnar in the match. So conceivably it is a possibility that Seth has two opportunities to win the championship. I think, like I said, somebody's going to interfere in John Cena's match, likely Rusev, costing Cena the match. Then, I don't want to get too specific, but when all's said and done, seeing Brock Lesnar this past Monday dominate scared me, because usually the person who loses gets the edge on the Monday Night Raw prior, on the go-home show. So it scares me that I'm still sticking with Brock Lesnar. I'm going to stick with it because I believe that the cash-in, which has been a long time coming in build-up, is going to wait until WrestleMania. So, I'm sticking with Brock Lesnar. I'm sticking with Daniel Bryan to win the Rumble. We'll see where that goes. And, hey, if you guys have a theory out there that I didn't cover or you feel pretty confident about, definitely let me know prior to Sunday. We're only 5 days away now from the Rumble, so hit me up for sure. This is a very unpredictable start to the road to WrestleMania, and I'm sure you guys will be watching on the WWE Network for how much? That's right, $9.99. Say it with me. And if you're not on pay-per-view watching it for $70 or whatever, $60, whatever it is, hey, maybe it'll be worth it too. I really do expect this pay-per-view to deliver. I think it's going to be a great pay-per-view. So many questions to answer, and I'm going to thank you guys for listening. So I'm going to wrap this thing up here. Obviously, if you want to get in touch with me, and I hope you do, I enjoy all the comments. Send them my way at questions@mattsmadness.com. Go to YouTube. I'm on Matt's Madness. I'm doing video podcasts now. I'm doing that once a week as well, just to kind of incorporate some new footage and just basically a new way to communicate with everybody. So I have full HD videos uploaded to YouTube. I'm working on getting capability to do that on my website as well, so you can just click on the video right through the website. So questions@mattsmadness.com. On Twitter, I'm Matts_Madness. I'm on Stitcher, I'm Matt's Madness. I'm on iTunes. So, hey, check me out. I really appreciate it. Click the subscribe button. Click the follow button. Click the stalk button. Whatever you want to do to follow me, I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next time after the Royal Rumble has been concluded. And we are officially on the road to WrestleMania.